Oh, hey, back here.
Woo.
When we passed by the tea shop where we first met, Iba suddenly stopped. Shit.
この間のお店だ。せっかくだから寄っていきましょうか。
No, we won't find any leads in there.
君は真面目ですね。ま、そこも君のいいところですけど。
We are stupid. My
We're
bad.
terribly ruining this date. Wasn't sure if it was because he comes from an elite family, but he was kind of blunt. He's so forward with compliments.
次はちゃんとお茶の許可をもらって外出することにしましょうね。
Next time, huh?
Sure.
Next time? Wonder if he was already plotting another one of these strolls. I mean, it's not like Iba made me unhappy or uncomfortable, but I was admittedly a little surprised by how much concern he showed me. Why would he do that? We're so stupid. We returned to the main road when Iba had a sudden flash of inspiration.
そういえばこっちって甘いものがすごく美味しいですよ
Oh
ね。
my god, we get to watch him eat sweets again.
Oh, that's
Just die.
Sweets?
前にカステイラってお菓子を食べたんですけ
Oh
ど
hell
Oh,
yeah!
yeah.
すごく美味しかったですよ。
Picture?
No.
卵が入ってるので需要にもいいみたいです。
You can tell yourself that.
あなたにも食べさせてあげたいな。
Uh-huh.
Of course, I've never eaten any of the sweets he was talking about, but hearing him speak so excitedly about it had me super excited as well.
Why aren't we eating them together, you fucking idiots?
Do it now. The calm sunset drifted into the outer golden sky, and a pool of soft orange hovered above us, whispering of the blue night yet to come. Summer passed, meaning the cool autumn leaves revolved around a later setting sun. If we took our time, the darkness would beat us home.
Eva, I think we should head back to the compounds.
そうですよね。名残惜しいな。
Gonna die.
It's been a long time. Say.
Right. His cloudy eyes pierced through me, and I almost felt overcome by the somber mood brought on by the end of our adventure.
Sorry.
いえ、顔を上げてください。あなたを困らせたいわけじゃないですから。機会は今日だけじゃないですよね。また折を見て誘います。
No, I wanted to apologize for something else, actually.
Seems like Eva operated in extremes. For both his exuberance for life and his penchant for deep introspection made my heart tighten.
From all this kindness you've shown me, I think it's because you've known me before, right? Thing is, I can't remember you at all, and it eats away at me. I am super fucking sorry for saying this.
I could see the drifting sun in his melancholy eyes, and he smiled kindly to me. There was so much sincerity in his words and his whole being.
仕方ありませんよ。だってあの時、あなたはまだ
How old were you?
5つ
Yeah,
か
wait a
そこら
minute.
でしたから。
Wait, you met me when I was 5? I'm 5.
What? That was so long ago, and yet he took one glance at me and remembered who I was.
Shit, bruh.
But nodded quietly, perhaps mired in a brief gust of nostalgia. I reflected then about my life at 5 years old. Around the time I just moved to Edo. Ghosts of old memories are so hard to pin, and each year the haze fades into a smoke. Did I have a playmate back then or something? Desperately tried to scavenge any image of Iba that I could, but nothing came to mind. Meanwhile, he stared at me blankly, seemingly stuck between a wall of resignation and an ache for a time gone by. Please.
あの時の約束、覚えていますか？
Dude, can you
We
see our
just
face right now?
said we can't remember shit, dog.
What are you talking about?
Are you teasing us now? What?
ダメです。
Oh, that.
女の子が危ない真似をしちゃ大怪我するから。
What? What does that have to do with anything?
You mean at the tea shop?
This can't be it.
Told me a girl shouldn't enter a dangerous situation, huh? Yeah, what about that?
He sighed deeply, and his forlorn expression burrowed straight into me. And then he wiped it away and smiled brightly. Don't do that!
そう
God damn it!
気をつけ
We're
なきゃいけません
forgetting
ね
something really integral here!
God, you idiot!
His reluctance to confirm what I asked led me to believe that he was in fact not referring to that stupid line and actually referring to something else he had said in the past to me. Nothing comes to mind because I was 5!
We can't even ask our
会社
dad.
へ戻りましょうか
Literally!
送っていきますから
Okay.
I often drew a blank when thinking of my childhood, so this was really frustrating. The shores of his eyes reflected a morning in his soul. He turns us into a whole poet.
Wow.
Dog. This is so powerful. Yet his gentle demeanor put me at ease. What kind of words did he say to me back then? Why can't I remember anything? Such thoughts crossed my mind as I walked back to the Mibu town with Eva. God damn it.
Wow.
This route is so incredible.
Not yet.
But damn it.
Although it is chapter 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
I...
Ah, yes, this bullshit. We have allies, but they're not good ones. I return to my room. I don't need to know jack shit about Sanan. Sanan who? I don't know that guy. I hope we never see him again, except for like briefly flying past in the skip sections.
That would be so beautiful.
Oh.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'll get some water first before I...
Okie dokie. I too will do that.
Saito, Harada, and Nagakura had respectively left for the locations at the bequest of Hijikata's command, which meant I was alone with Hijikata. Oh, shit. Maybe it was because Hijikata remained silent, but the mood in the common room felt suffocating.
It's just silent and we keep sighing.
But like, oh. Of course, I bore him no ill will, but we were left to contemplate a somber silence together. My eyes slowly drifted to Hijikata, and his brows furrowed into deep indents above drooping eyes. One could see that his heavy concern for Sanan was draining him, and it was only after he closed his eyes to breathe that he quietly spoke.
お前は腐っちまってる姿しか知らねえだろうが。
No, I'm pretty sure I know exactly who Sanan is, and he
Yeah.
sucks.
三男さんはもともと才もあり腕も立つ人だ。対局も見えるし、頭も回る。
That doesn't fix his personality.
つまんねえことにこだわって、意地張ってばかりの俺の手綱をうまく取ってくれた。
Okay.
That sounds
That
manipulative.
sounds weird.
あの人がいなきゃ、今の新選組はありえなかった。
Maybe that would
I
have
bet
been
without
for
him
the
you wouldn't have
best.
the water of life either.
Literally.
俺にとっちゃ兄貴みてえなもんだった。
That's a shitty big brother.
Oof. Hijikata's sincerity dripped from his curt words, and he balled his hands into tight fists.
Sanan must have a very special place in your heart there, huh?
ま、言葉にすると安っぽくなるがな。
Okay.
Here he sat, captured by thoughts of a life without his old friend. The truth could be devastating, even for Haji
For who?
Hajimata. For Hijikata. His position, however, prevented him from revealing this to others. By sharing these memories with me, he and the truth could wait.
あの 薬を捨てちまわなかったのも三男さんの腕を治すためだった。俺たちには三男さんが必要なんだ。
I don't think we do.
Maybe he
この
shouldn't
人
be
を
such
失
a
うわけにはい
weakling,
か
dude.
ねえんだよ。
There's no point if his mentality is weak.
Literally.
He scrunched his face heavily, and his usual coldness was dissolving, replaced by an anguish as he considered the mortality of his dear friend. He is completely spent.
Both of
Oh,
these
God.
suck so bad. But let's have faith.
Are we getting points with him so that he can approve of our relationship with Iba?
He's like, he's gonna marry us off to Iba. Let's have faith. You know, in Sanan's spirit, strength, or whatever.
The strength that got his arm injured.
今は信じるしかねえよな。
Yeah, I'm so right. No. Look at all these people talking to Sanan. Weird. Look at that loser. Hey, Heisuke, you're my best friend. Oh, hey, look at that lady. Awkward. We gotta go now.
That would be so fun if Iba thought it was us he met at 5, but it was the
Right?
other girl.
I briefly thought about that before. I was like, But I mean, this is just a disguise that she does, right? So, like, that would be weird if she had done this disguise, like, however many— Wait!
No!
Dog, you can't make me love you more than this. It's getting dangerous.
I heard a sword unsheath from its scabbard, and someone stood in front to shield me. This person is...
一体何の話をしているのかは分かりませんが、彼女は普通の女の子です。
Doing here?
昔からずっと
Oh my god!
His brave words were directed at Kazuma, but his eyes glanced to mine reassuringly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
よかった
Doing here?
What are you doing here?
Despite him standing before me, I was in complete disbelief that he was
You
here.
don't even go here! What are you doing here?
僕は家持ち婚の護衛のため
Oh,
この二条城を
right.
警護していたんです
Does that make sense?
送り目
It does make sense.
Come to think of it, it made a lot of sense that Iba and Okuzume would be here for the shogunate. Kazuma flashed a hot white glare of contempt towards the blade pointed to his neck. His penetrating gaze burrowed into Iba. It's a lot of interesting verbs, guys.
The sexual tension is very strong right now.
Iba was unshaken and his resolve looked unbreakable as he stared at Kazuma.
あなたの答えによってはそうなるでしょうね
貴様ごときによ将軍の座敷犬ならそれらしく城の中で尻尾を振っているがいい
そういうわけにはいきませんよ彼女の意志を無視して連れ去ろうとするのなら
You could hear a pin drop in silence of their sustained staring contest. Eventually, Kazuma turned toward Amagiri and barked commands at him.
貴様ごときこの俺が相手をしてやる
Oh, Tyrese.
Amagiri shrugged, then sighed, stepping forward.
やれやれ
That's
Not a
okay.
sigh.
風間では殺してしまいそうですし知らぬいの獲物は手加減ができる代物ではない
Amagiri's really just trying to do the bare minimum.
私がお相手するしかありません
I respect it.
Right. Amagiri assumed a fighting stance, and an aura of rage began emanating from him.
He's like fucking Nanami. Like, I'm off work now. This is awkward, but like, I don't have to fight you anymore.
It's really funny you say that considering Nanami's voice actor is standing right next to him. Oh.
Oh.
The hairs on my body stood immediately. A scary man. It felt as if I was suddenly plopped before some creature, its fangs ready to sink into me. It's said that talented swordsmen, when crossing paths, can estimate one another's power by looking into each other's eyes without even drawing swords.
Oh.
This guy doesn't have a sword.
Iba.
My throat was dry from nervousness and worry, but I screamed his name as loudly as I could.
Yep.
下がっていてください。怪我をするかもしれない。
But
下がっていなさいと言ったんです。
okay.
He raised his voice, repeating himself, and I retreated slowly behind him. I didn't think there was a chance Iba could lose. But I reached for my Kodachi.
What are we gonna do if he loses?
God.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
Iba regripped his sword and faced Amagiri. The tension seemed impenetrable.
Whoa.
Then suddenly, Amagiri dropped his guard briefly, attempting to predict Iba's movements. Iba didn't miss that opportunity. I love how, like, we know all this.
Oh,
As if we know how to fight.
it's the insight of a sports commentator.
He swiftly thrusted the tip of his blade toward Amagiri, but it was dodged immediately. Iba's eyes widened, and mine did too. Amagiri possessed superhuman speed, and my human eyes couldn't follow him.
Wait a minute.
But Iba did not yield. Iba's swordsmanship was masterful, almost superhuman as well, and he was able to corner Amagiri. He moved like a flowing river. His economy of motion was natural and in total control.
What happened to you?
I just don't know why we used the word economy. But
Like, he's efficient with his movements.
the economy is efficient.
Like action economy. Never mind.
Oh yeah. It's so awe-inspiring that I forget I'm watching a battle, not a performance.
なるほど。さすが奥詰めという大役を務めるだけのことは
Thank you, Amagiri.
鬼の一族でも君とまともに立ち会える者は多くはないでしょう。そう
Oops. What the?
The compliments from Amagiri came to a surprise to Iba and Kazuma as well, whose eyebrows furrowed deeply at the display.
He said, hey, wait a minute! Don't boost the fucking enemy's ego!
喋りすぎだぞ。
A true battle between two highly skilled warriors left no room for a moment of reprieve. If one side were to become distracted, if even for a second, it could cost them their life. Iba exclaimed loudly, kind of, as he swung his blade with an extreme amount of force. He had it in the bag. Or so I thought.
What?
Ooh,
Oh,
damn.
shit.
He must have never anticipated in his entire life that someone would catch the sword with their bare hands.
Okay, I mean,
It's
definitely
glove.
not like that. Like, dog, you should have lost your thumb.
Or gone with, like, the hand that the sword was coming? I don't know.
That too, what the hell?
Iba's expression was incredulous and he gritted his teeth with frustration.
Although I suppose it would be better to catch it with this hand so that you, like, kind of push it out of the way at the same time.
Amagiri's eyes thinned before he spoke softly.
先ほどから狙いは腕や足ばかり。むしろ相手には本気を出せませんか。どうやら人を切ったことがない
Hey, don't bully my man.
Iba stared silently, offering no response. It seemed as though Amagiri's suggestion was not untrue, and Iba seemed bitter that his intentions were read in such a short amount of time. Amagiri closed his eyes and shook his head, gesturing that he had no further intention of continuing their fight.
所詮将軍にこびるために身につけた 座敷犬のゲートで人を殺せぬ剣に一体何の価値があるという。
I mean, you don't have to kill someone to render them useless.
Like Sana.
Yeah, look at that asshole over there.
You don't even have to injure us, dude.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, okay.
Shiranui grew impatient and he pulled out his handgun in irritation. The cold steel shined and the barrel was pointed toward Amagiri and Iba.
I still feel like the pistol is a really weird presence in this time period.
Right? Like, I know they had to have existed because not soon after this is, like, the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's still weird.
Right, like rifles and shit I understand, but a handgun? Like that? Like a 6-shooter?
Uh-huh.
No! Oh my god.
Are we taking the bullet?
I mean, I would. I'll do it.
Whew. Before I knew it, I was running towards Shiranui, and in a fit of confusion, I acted
Confusion!
instinctively. I reached both arms, palms out, toward the gun that was pointed. In that moment, I heard a gunshot fire off, and it rang so loudly in my head that it felt like my skull was slammed against the ground.
You really thought that crazy bitch wouldn't shoot us?
No, I'm just... Okay, yeah.
He's insane. Hey. Hey.
He's not gonna say her name.
Hey. Oh, right.
After Iba screamed, there was a prolonged period of silence.
We should just edit in him yelling out to you from Orana.
Oh, shit!
Wait a minute, we've perfectly calculated. Holy shit! Oh my god.
Ooh.
Incredible.
Maybe. I stumbled across Nirvana.
Wow. Oh. Better save this moment to my brain so I don't forget again. Shaky dog.
Shaky shake. As I attempted to recollect myself, I opened my eyes slightly.
たく余計な真似するんじゃねえよ。貴重な女鬼を。
What did you shoot then?
殺させるつもりか？
Right? What the hell did you do?
Guess Shiranui moved away at the last second, but then he took aim once more with his gun.
Oh. Ah! You shot me! My hand!
His bullet shot through both my hands!
I caught it! Wait, how did it...
What?
Like this? Like
No,
this?
because she said
Oh,
that we
shit.
stretched out!
That's what I thought too, but maybe we like stretched out like that's really weird. We reached out specifically to catch the bullet.
Spare change, my lord!
We saw Amagiri catch the sword and we were like, I can do that! I can do that with a bullet! Fucking watch me! Easy peasy! Oh. No! Oh man, if Iba's route really kills us.
Oh my god! That's too good! Oh, in the palms of my hands, crimson dripped through new holes that formed like a red spider lily. Sorry, guys.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Are you alright,
I'm
honey?
really choked right there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just my hands are a little hardy.
Tried my best to play off the intense pain, forcing a strained smile through my teeth. Iba, however, looked like he was in even more pain than when he was hit.
Wait, when did you get hit?
知らぬい。貴様貴重な女鬼の体に傷をつけるとはどういう了見なんだ。
He's like, I didn't kill her.
そんなこと言われてもしょうがねえだろうが。こいつがいきなり飛び出してきたんだからよ。
I'm a loose cannon, man. Better watch the fuck out.
あのままちんたらやってて人間どもが。
Did we like do a side dive? Like, oh!
That's what it sounded like.
確か 我が刀を人間どもの血でいたずらに汚す必要もないだろうからな。
Wait, who have you been killing up until this point?
Kasuma then unsheathed his katana, its bright, blinding sheen disorienting me.
What?
Wow! Once again, Shiranui pointed his gun toward Iba.
I'm just gonna step in front of him again, dumbass.
Amagiri quietly moved into his fighting stance. Although he tried his best to keep the posterity of his stance, Iba was looking shaken, and he was sweating from the battle. 3 against 1 is just so unfair.
Right?
He was having trouble when it was 1-on-1, but now there's 3 of them? Iba gripped his sword with bloody fingers, and he slowly inched backwards, all of a sudden.
おいてめえら、ここを一体どこだと思ってやがるんだ。
I heard a familiar voice in the darkness.
まさかここでてめえらの面を拝むことになると
The
は。
whole gang's here.
You guys are not ruining this gig for us,
薩
okay?
摩藩と懇意にしているあんたが何故ここにいる。
お前手怪我してるじゃねえか。
Both of them,
こ
actually.
いつらにやられたのか。
Oh.
八郎、急いでこいつの怪我の手当てをしてやってくれ。
分かってます。こちらへ。
I'm fine. Just a flesh wound. Haha.
Kazuma stared angrily in our direction as the Shinsengumi men arrived.
なんだ貴様ら。我々のことを勘ぐるより、幕臣どもに媚びでも売ってきた方がいいのではない。名をなす絶好の機会だ。
そうはいかねえよ。池田屋の時といい、金門の変の時といい。きな臭い騒ぎの時には決まっててめえらが現れやがるから。孝行の憂いっつうの。早いうちに立っとくに越したことはねえ。
Hijikata smiled wryly, pointing his sword toward Kazuma.
光明心に流行る。
Why are you both so fucking quiet? The music is half drowning you out.
Kazuma was about to put Hijikata to the test.
風間、ここは引きましょう。
Shoot me in the
我らの鬼
hands.
はあくまで歴史の影に
Job
過ぎない。
done.
Kazuma briefly glanced at Amagiri for discouraging him, but eventually his red eyes returned to me.
雪村の名を継ぐ女は我々が
I already forgot.
Yeah, right, what?
Yeah,
待ちやが
yeah.
れ。
Wait, that didn't sound like him at all. Is it just me?
I don't know.
待ちやがれ。
Okay, it was
He's
so
just
much
very
higher than
excited.
usual. Hijikata's attempted to chase Kazuma and his cronies. However, they disappeared as if they melted into the darkness.
そう遠くへは行ってねえはずだ。近くを探すぞ。
承知。
おう、分かってるって。八郎、後のことは頼んだぜ。
Iba nodded to Harada, and the other man ran after Kazuma, disappearing into the night. Silence returned, and all we could hear were the cries of insects and water in the canal.
手当てをしましょう。怪我したところを見せてください。
It's my hands. Here you go.
Iba was very gentle in approaching me, but she couldn't show him my scars.
I'm hideous now.
There's no way I could let him see. This wound where a bullet just pierced,
What is going on?
an injury once so serious it shattered bones,
Oh,
had already healed.
right. Damn, that was really fast.
Right?
The last time we had a stab wound, it still took like a night.
Right?
That was immediate.
Can't let anyone know about my body.
My body.
I can't be perceived by anyone.
My sinful body.
When I was a little girl, I remembered that I had made a vow with someone.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Somebody, however. Eva's tone grew increasingly concerned.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Ooh.
You know what?
Quick save.
You wanna just find out what happened?
Right? Is he gonna be like, oh my god, ugly?
He would never.
Exactly. Maybe. I want to hide the secrets of my body, but Ibo is a sincere person. Maybe he'll be really upset because then we don't remember him at all.
Right, he'll be like, you don't remember. You promised me, man.
Not only that, but Haruta had also told me to tend to my injuries earlier. No matter how much I tell him I'm fine, I'm sure he won't accept it. I gave up and showed both my bloody hands to Iba. He softly grabbed my hands and slowly, gently wiped my wounds with his handkerchief. After wiping the dried blood, his hands suddenly stopped. I wouldn't blame him. The bullet wounds that were supposed to be in my hands had completely vanished. His eyes thin, scanning me with a conspicuous...
Conspicuous.
God damn it. I thought that was the word, but then I thought it was spelled different. Conspicuous gaze! Then he looked directly into my eyes.
君は
Uh-huh. Well, you see...
I tried to play it off, but nothing reasonable came to mind. You know, hard to explain. Closed my eyes and hung my head.
I know. This really isn't ordinary, huh?
No matter how many times I got injured, my scars always healed immediately.
Interesting.
Wonder when it was that I noticed that it wasn't normal.
君は負った傷が波の人
Yeah,
間とは思えぬほ
Yeah.
Earlier, Amagiri had noticed that my body could do unnatural things. They all thought I was one of them, but who were they? If their words were true, then I must be. Suddenly, Iba put his hands on my shoulders. It startled me, so I gasped tightly. But he stood there with a warm, kind smile.
大丈夫。あなた
Okay, now you're in denial, my guy.
It was as if he could read my mind.
But why?
だって僕は知っていますから
I'm gonna friggin' die.
あなたが
Even in this, he's
素直で優
nice.
しい
Right?
普通の女の子だということをずっと昔から知っていますから
This isn't fair to him. He tightened the grip of his hands on my shoulders a little more. His soft voice tingled in my ears. It felt nostalgic.
あの時に交わした約束
What?
ずっと
How do you know that?
How do
守
you
って
know
きてくれ
that?
たんですね
Okay, I kind of want to go back to the choice and do it
Yeah.
right
This is a good time to stop.
now. Huh? No.
No, I can't afford for Ibu to find out about my body.
Why do they word it like this every time? It seems like my injuries were lighter than I thought. He missed. What an idiot. I can just tend to it myself, so really, you don't gotta worry about me.
I spoke hurriedly, but Ibu just stared back at me. He wore a very stern expression, and there was a pause before he spoke again softly.
傷を見せたくない理由でもあるんですか
Oh, what? What?
Well,
Probing questions put me on the spot. For a moment, I felt like it was so difficult to speak.
what?
見せてください
That must have been the promise we made.
かばった女の子の肌に傷なんて残してしまっては武士の治れですから
Listen, I protected you, so now I'm the warrior. You can't ever get hurt or you'll taint my name now.
I contemplated. I gave up and showed both my bloody hands to Iba.
Okay, so
We had to play hard to
do,
get.
We do just get back to this point. Good to know. Actually, I'll do it this way. That way I don't accidentally skip anything. Huh?
I responded a little surprised, but Iba quietly opened up before me.
覚えていませんか？
Yes!
一緒に手をつないで
Stop!
お菓子を買いに行ったり
Snacks.
コードーさんの蘭学書を二人で読もうとしてさっぱりわからな
Stop!
く
I
て
need mini him right now. I need little
Maybe
I
we'll
need
get a
us.
CG.
childhood friends.
Oh!
The memories, ever so slowly fading through the years, started trickling in, gradually gaining color as Iba began to describe them to me. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah!
When I was a child, there was an older boy that occasionally visited my father in order to read his books.
I needed to clear my throat, but also, how much older?
Right? He was a quiet fellow, always studiously reading.
Wow.
It was almost impossible to imagine that the boy would become a talented swordsman whose duty was to guard the shogunate.
Damn it! That was really you?
I still couldn't believe it, and he smiled shyly to me.
Picture it didn't happen.
はい君の秘密もその時に聞かせても
We
らったんで
just
す
told him.
Wow.
I mean, we were 5, but
その時に交わした約束は今もはっきりと覚えています
His words made me gasp. You can't let anyone know that your injuries heal quickly. I think
why
our
did he
dad would
speak
say
like that when he was a child? Whoa.
I just made it serious. Because it was cooler. It wasn't my father who told me that. It was Iba. There was another thing I remembered.
あの時の約束覚
Oops.
It was the promise he mentioned. All of a sudden, I was thrown back into a fresh plume of reverie. Reverie?
Reverie, yeah.
Thank you. His name, the name I used to call him, came back.
Name?
Stop right now. I'm not ready for this. It better be cute.
Oh.
It's just his
That's
fucking
just
name.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
was
his
what.
fucking name.
This is what Hammerfall calls. This is
Oh my god, I feel so deceived.
literally what the fuck. You can't call that a nickname.
You could have just
I
said
mean-
how casual we were with each other, or
Right?
like how close we were.
Ah, yes, the name I used to call you. Your
Your
name.
Oh.
Hachiro.
He squinted as if the sun shined in his eyes.
そうですまさか
It's a
Listen,
little embarrassing,
I was
but we were
5.
5.
とは思いませんでした
Like, I barely remember anything from being 5.
Honestly, the only memories I have from being that young are when I hurt myself really bad, and also like memories that are, I'm pretty sure, based like 90% off of the fact that we have a photo of them.
I remember the first day of kindergarten when we sat down in my classroom and I was like, I gotta make a friend. And I see the kid sitting next to me, so I was like, okay, now's my time. I have to, like, it'll be fine. It'll work out. So I turn to the other kid, I'm like, hi, and try to introduce myself, and he doesn't say anything back to me. And I was like, oh, I see. And that
And
Was-
thus began the social anxiety.
exactly. Rappy.
I mean, you've gotten so tall, Hachiro. I don't remember you being this gallant.
凛々しい
Bitch, shut up. Bitch, shut up. Huh? I mean, wait, who said that? Wait.
My cheeks felt hot. I could tell I was blushing beyond belief.
I didn't mean anything by that. Definitely nothing at all. Please don't look at me. I was just, speaking aloud. Like you do with words. Words, they are things. I just, said what came to my head immediately. Just like a normal girl!
Eva's enthusiasm dropped a little and he glanced to the side for a moment.
そうですかつまらないな
I
あなた
think
に
you're
そう思っても
super
らえたのも
hot.
嬉しかったね
Country roads take me home. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to correct my words. I should have just left it as it was. I should have just God, ah! But it feels strange telling this to him in person. Iba sternly shifted the conversation, however.
さっきの3人はあなたのことを同胞と呼んでいましたが、
Why would I know what those losers were talking about? Did you see one of them try to fucking shoot me?
I silently shook my head.
That's the thing. I have no
気
idea.
になりますね。彼らは君に妙に執着していた
Yeah,
様
that
子
one
ですし、
bitch got a real obsession.
What do those men know about me? They seem to know the history of my sword and my name. Suddenly,
おい八郎、雪村、どこにいるんだ？
Y'all told us to go and get myself treated. Sheesh, chill out. That voice.
トシさんたちが戻ってきたみたいですね。話の続きはまた今度にしましょうか。
when we met back with Hijikata, Iba recounted what just happened between us. But I guess in the end, Kazuma and his men disappeared, leaving no trace behind, and the men were unable to hunt them down.
Whoa!
Whoa! Wow!
That was so jarring, especially because Jesus Christ. Because fucking his fucking voice was like so calm and peaceful at the end there that I was like kind of just and then all of a sudden speed.